Oh my, yeah. Me turning on this omen probably has to be the best foreshadowing for this video. Hey, what's up guys? It's Claude here. Today we have a tier 18 or map level of 82. We will be doing an expedition. This map is delirious, around 36%. And then we will also have a boss on this map. I'm going to take a second to put up the modifiers so you guys can take a look before we actually start. And let's get right into it. So a few things to note, especially in maps that are highly dense, you're going to want to run Fork. I think here I take off Fork just because it was feeling like the delirium or something wasn't, it just didn't feel like I was getting the kills as fast as I wanted them to, so I kind of took the mindset of let me slow down a little bit, not move too fast, and take it a little bit slower, and take off Fork and add more damage with Emulate. So one thing to talk about with the darkness, again, with the reservation, if you're getting hit multiple times, so let's say within 5 seconds you get hit twice, right? One is for 300, you know, that first, at the beginning of 5 seconds you got hit for 300, and at the end of that 5 seconds you got hit for another 300, right? So in that instance, it would feel like you didn't gain any darkness, if that makes sense, because as soon as the first hit is going to be recovered, the other one's going to take the new hit, so you would still have that same amount, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right when I got around this area, I was like, did I bite off more than I could chew? It got really sketchy, and it keeps getting sketchier. And I don't want to yap too much in this video, but I also want to be able to hop in and out and just share some of my ideas. The thing about delirium, on top of all of these things, is that it makes it easier for you to hit targets. You take damage easier, you do less damage. So 36% isn't like a big amount, but at the highest tier map, and I don't really do juiced maps like this that often, it felt really kind of like, oh, you know, there's a higher difficulty that I didn't realize in this game, that it just takes a little time to set up, and you know, I can enjoy it. Since we're over here now by Expedition, I guess it's worth talking about Expedition right now. It's the main thing that I'm focused on right now when it comes to farming, just maps in general. The runic monsters, I feel like, always have some kind of unique modifiers to them, or just, I don't know, it feels a little bit more challenging to me. And then also logbooks and other things like that. I've come to find out that when you actually do expeditions and the logbooks, loot just actually is not that hard to find. I'll probably make a more in-depth video on this, but once you get your maxed out expedition and really take the time and invest into it, I think it's probably the best one obviously in my opinion. So enough of the talking, let's lock in and pop back in a little bit. That was kind of a scuff fight, in my opinion. I don't know why. I think the delirium was like possessing the mob to like where I had to like trigger the delirium attack before it could go to the next phase on the boss. I'm not too sure. That just kind of threw me for a loop. Maps that have any form of delirium on them can just be like 2 to 3 times longer. If you using like an average build, because those portals just keep they don't stop. It's like there's like one under another, and they just keep spawning. Like it's the maps just get so long, but I think it's worth it obviously because you don't have to use as many maps to kill as many mobs. So for upgrades with this build right now, everything feels pretty smooth. I think if anything, more evasion would probably be nice, or what I'm gonna go for. New jewels. I could probably tweak my rings and amulet a little bit more, but as it comes from like my suit, my gloves, and my helmet, and maybe my boots, I feel like are pretty locked in. Also my belt. So there's not that many changes I feel like I can make, but obviously as I level, I have more choices, and it's like 1 point changes everything. It's crazy in this game. I wholeheartedly believe that this game has so much more to it and so many more interactions and so many more builds that people are going to come up with that right now I feel like the community is really kind of limiting ourselves by locking, certain builds in as the best builds. I think give me another month of this, especially if there's no new wipe, I'm competing with the best of them, so I'm going to keep trying to make content for you guys and keep really trying to push this character to the limit so that we can have a champion for darkness and a real guide and a real like ascendancy, because it feels like we're playing half an ascendancy right now. Oh my. Me turning on this omen probably has to be the best foreshadowing for this video. So right here, I'm about to do the expedition. It's not too eventful. I don't think I get any logbooks, but if it's worth a watch just to see what I'm going for. I'm mainly looking for logbook drop and quantity of items. That's mainly, and then also with the chests. One thing to note too is those little sticks that you see in the expedition. Those are mobs, right? So and I think those are actually the priority rather than the things with all the modifiers. You'd probably mainly want like 1, 2 of those to focus on, and then the rest on monsters for sure. I don't think there's too much to say left about it right now, besides the fact that I'm probably gonna have to make a more in-depth video on the logbook itself. So let me just put on some vibe check stuff, and I'll pop back in if I need to at the end. I do actually finish the map first, just because sometimes expeditions have some really risky opportunities there, right? So I think it's always best to kind of finish the map and then do the logbook, so you could be riskier in your plays, especially if you're coming off on a free level, because you want those expedition logbooks. One thing too about the expeditions is that you always want to be moving, especially when spawning runic monsters. I'm not sure if they have some kind of curse or some kind of whatever it is, but it's a fast casting spell that like will one shot you 8 times out of 10. So always keep moving during expedition. This wasn't too juiced, but hey, it's another one in the books. We got an expedition tablet, so we can keep up with the sustain. If this is something that you guys are interested in and want more information on it, just let me know and I'll make a video. See you guys next time. Peace.